Let's discuss multiverses. The multiverse hypothesis posits. The multiverse hypothesis posits the existence of multiple, potentially infinite universes that coexist alongside our observable universe, each with its own distinct physical properties and laws. This concept has gained traction across various scientific disciplines, including quantum mechanics, cosmology, and string theory, which explore mechanisms for the interconnection and interaction of these universes. The multiverse framework offers insights into some of the fundamental questions regarding the nature of reality and the origins of our universe, making it a significant topic of discussion within both scientific and philosophical circles. There are several classifications of multiverses, each based on different theoretical underpinnings. The Level 1 multiverse suggests an infinite spatial expanse where every possible configuration exists. Level 2 introduces bubble universes born from eternal inflation. Level 3 stems from the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, where all outcomes of quantum events manifest in separate realities. And Level 4 encompasses all mathematically possible universes. These classifications reveal the richness of the multiverse concept and its potential to explain a variety of phenomena in physics, though they also prompt questions about empirical validation and philosophical implications. Despite its intriguing possibilities, the multiverse hypothesis has not been without controversy. Critics argue that many aspects of the theory challenge the foundations of scientific inquiry, citing difficulties in empirical testing and accusations of unfalsifiability, particularly concerning the many worlds interpretation. Furthermore, the implications of a multiverse extend into ethical and philosophical realms, igniting debates about free will, moral responsibility, and the nature of existence itself. For example, if every decision leads to the creation of alternate realities, the concepts of choice and accountability come into question, complicating traditional ethical frameworks. In popular culture, the idea of multiverses has been extensively explored in films, television, and literature, capturing the public's imagination and prompting deeper reflection on the nature of reality. Works like Everything Everywhere All at Once and a certain series that I'm not going to name right now illustrate the multiverse's ability to engage audiences while simultaneously prompting philosophical inquiries about existence and the human experience. Thus, the multiverse remains a pivotal subject that bridges the gap between science and philosophy, encouraging ongoing exploration and debate. The multiverse hypothesis posits the existence of multiple universes beyond our observable cosmos, each characterized by unique properties and physical laws. This framework is grounded in several advanced theoretical constructs from quantum mechanics, cosmology, and string theory, which offer a variety of mechanisms to explain how these universes may be interconnected, and interact with one another. Let's look at types of multiverses. Level 1, the infinite space multiverse. The Level 1 multiverse proposes that our universe is just one region within an infinite, flat space-time continuum. Beyond the limits of the observable universe, space extends indefinitely, forming other regions governed by the same physical laws but differing initial conditions. Each of these regions is effectively an independent universe. Level 2 bubble universes. The Level 2 multiverse arises from the theory of eternal inflation, which suggests that different regions of space can experience varying rates of inflation, leading to bubble universes. Each bubble can have distinct physical constants and laws, making them unique from one another. This level posits that the diversity of conditions in these bubbles could account for the different forms of matter and energy we observe. Level 3, Many Worlds Interpretation. The Many Worlds Interpretation (MWI) of quantum mechanics suggests that all possible outcomes of quantum measurements occur, with each outcome branching into its own universe. In this framework, the wave function does not collapse, but rather encompasses all potential states, resulting in a vast multiverse where every possibility is realized in a separate branch of reality. Critics argue that this interpretation may remain a philosophical notion, as it presents challenges in empirical validation. Level 4, the ultimate ensemble. Tegmark's Level 4 multiverse theory posits that all mathematical possible universes exist, defined by different mathematical structures. This view asserts that universes are not merely dependent on physical laws as understood in our reality, but are instead a byproduct of the mathematical constructs that can describe them. Speculative multiverses. Beyond the formal classifications, more speculative concepts of the multiverse have been proposed. These ideas often draw from philosophical underpinnings, such as the notion of a Platonic mathematical democracy, where the existence of a multitude of universes emerges naturally from theoretical constructs, rather than being a hypothesis developed to address specific scientific questions. This perspective emphasizes that the multiverse is a logical extension of certain theories, rather than an arbitrary addition. One significant challenge facing the multiverse hypothesis is the difficulty of empirical testing and falsification. Since many aspects of these theories stretch the boundaries of observable science, critics often label them as philosophical rather than strictly scientific. However, proponents argue that the multiverse concept provides compelling explanations for varying complexities and phenomena within physics, offering a more coherent understanding of the universe's structure. Philosophical implications. The multiverse theory raises profound philosophical questions about the nature of reality, causality, and humanity's place in the cosmos. One of the key discussions centers on whether the existence of multiple universes undermines traditional concepts of free will and determinism. For instance, proponents of hard determinism argue that all events, including human decisions, can be predicted by applying universal physical laws, implying that every choice is predetermined by prior interactions between forces and matter. Conversely, the multiverse framework introduces a layer of complexity, suggesting that quantum randomness may allow for multiple outcomes, thereby challenging deterministic views. The multiverse theory also intersects with significant debates in philosophy of science, metaphysics, and epistemology. Some philosophers argue that the multiverse hypothesis is inherently unfalsifiable and therefore exists outside the realm of empirical science. This raises questions about the nature of scientific inquiry and the limits of what can be known. On the other hand, proponents contend that exploring the multiverse offers valuable insights into the possibilities of existence, encouraging a reconsideration of knowledge itself and how it shapes human understanding. Additionally, the implications of the multiverse extend to ethical considerations. The possibility of interacting with alternate realities prompts discussions about the responsibilities and consequences that such actions may entail. This brings to light the need for ethical frameworks that guide scientific exploration, particularly as new discoveries challenge our conventional understanding of existence and morality. Furthermore, the multiverse theory has prompted a re-evaluation of human experience and observation. Philosophers like David Lewis have examined how these concepts can redefine what it means to be human in a universe where all outcomes of measurement exist simultaneously. The idea suggests that our perception of reality may be limited, as we only experience one of the many possible outcomes, while others persist in their own physical existence. Ultimately, the philosophical implications of the multiverse compel us to reflect on the intricacies of chance, certainty, and human choice, inviting a deeper exploration of our understanding of reality and existence. The concept of multiverses has become a prominent theme in popular culture, significantly influencing various forms of media, including films, television shows, and literature. This fascination with alternate realities has not only captivated audiences, but has also sparked discussions about the philosophical and scientific implications of such ideas. In recent years, multiverses have been extensively explored in the realm of cinema, with notable examples including Oscar-winning films, one of which is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This film showcases a series of parallel dimensions that, while resembling our own, differ in significant ways. The narrative emphasizes how small changes can dramatically alter one's life, reflecting the core essence of multiverse theory. Similarly, the MCU has utilized multiverse concepts to refresh and expand its storytelling, allowing for creative crossovers and variations of beloved characters. Some television series further delve into multiverse themes, presenting complex narratives that challenge viewers' understanding of existence and reality. One in particular pushes the boundaries of what it means to inhabit a universe where multiple realities coexist, often blending humor with existential inquiry. The idea of multiverses has also made its way into literature and theatre. Works such as Lewis Carroll's story Looking Glass can be interpreted as explorations of alternate logic and realities. Furthermore, playwright Nick Payne crafted a narrative featuring a physicist that illustrates how minor decisions can lead to divergent realities, exemplifying the multiverse concept through dramatic storytelling. The cultural implications of the multiverse concept are profound, as they prompt individuals to reflect on their choices and the potential paths not taken in their own lives. The multiverse serves as a metaphor for the vast array of possibilities inherent in human existence, allowing audiences to contemplate their place in the cosmos and the nature of reality itself. The intersection of philosophy, science, and art demonstrates a collective hunger for understanding complex theories through relatable narratives and analogies. The concept of the multiverse has been met with significant criticism and controversy, particularly concerning its implications for understanding reality and the nature of quantum mechanics. One primary critique centers around the many worlds interpretation (MWI) of quantum mechanics, which posits that all possible outcomes of a quantum event occur in separate branching universes. Critics argue that this interpretation leads to a confusing dichotomy between the idea of a collapse of the wave function and the existence of a multitude of worlds, raising questions about its validity and utility in explaining quantum phenomena. In discussions surrounding the MWI, some scholars advocate for a nuanced understanding of centered worlds, a concept that considers the perspective of sentient beings within the multiverse. According to this perspective, only objects under observation possess definite states, while those that are not can exist in a superposition of states. This framing seeks to clarify how quantum events might not affect distant phenomena, yet it does not eliminate the criticism regarding the lack of empirical support for the MWI. Notably, experimental data in quantum mechanics tends to be statistical rather than definitive, leading to ongoing debates about whether the NWI can be substantiated through experimental evidence or whether it remains a speculative concept without practical verification. Another area of contention involves the philosophical implications of free will in a multi-universal context. If every decision leads to the creation of alternative universes, then questions arise about moral responsibility and accountability. Some philosophers argue that if individuals do not truly choose their actions in a deterministic framework, then concepts such as praise, blame, and punishment become problematic. This perspective has been met with resistance, as many philosophers still assert the existence of free will, leading to a divide in philosophical discourse about moral agency in relation to the multiverse theory. Moreover, the rise of digital technology and online interactions has complicated the discourse surrounding accountability and social norms, as digital platforms enable mass expressions of approval or condemnation. The nuances of individual circumstances are often overlooked, potentially undermining the traditional moral frameworks that have governed human interactions. Critics like Vargas highlight the volatility of online responses, arguing that this shift in social dynamics complicates our understanding of moral responsibility and cooperation, particularly in the context of a multiverse where every action might have divergent outcomes. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know, please.